She helped an old man in the rain. The next day, he saved her job by one action. It was the kind of rain that made people drive faster, the kind that erased faces, drowned voices, and gave everyone a reason not to stop. Most cars passed him without slowing down. Headlights flashed, tires splashed water. No one looked twice at the old man standing at the edge of the road, soaked, trembling, clutching a worn leather briefcase like it was the last thing he owned. And then she stopped. Her name was Maya Johnson. Maya was already late for her night shift at the diner. Again, late meant a warning. Another warning meant she was done. Fired, no second chances. She stared through the rain from inside her old white pickup truck, hands tight on the steering wheel. The heater barely worked. Her uniform was still damp from the last shift she never got paid for properly. She could keep driving. Everyone else did. But when the old man lifted his head, Maya felt something tighten in her chest. His suit was expensive once, maybe years ago. Now it hung heavy with rain, darkened, worn. His shoes were ruined. His shoulders sagged like the weight of the storm had finally broken him. He wasn't waving. He wasn't asking. He just looked lost. Maya rolled down the window. Rain rushed in instantly. "Sir," she called out. "Are you okay?" The man turned slowly. His face was pale, eyes red, hair plastered to his forehead. For a moment, he looked at her like he didn't expect kindness anymore. I just need to get somewhere dry," he said quietly. His voice almost disappeared under the rain. Maya hesitated. Her phone buzzed. "Manager, if you're late again, don't bother coming in." Her jaw tightened. She looked at the clock, then back at the old man. "Get in," she said. He froze. "I don't want to trouble you." "You're not," she replied, already unlocking the door. He climbed in slowly, careful not to drip too much water onto the seat. He apologized 3 times in under a minute. Maya handed him the only towel she had, the one she used to wipe tables. As they drove, the rain hammered the roof like a warning she didn't want to hear. "Thank you," the man said after a long silence. "You didn't have to stop." Maya forced a small smile. Someone should. They didn't talk much after that. When she dropped him near a quiet hotel, he reached into his pocket, then stopped. "I don't have cash on me," he said, embarrassed. Maya shook her head. "I didn't stop for money." He studied her face for a moment, like he was trying to memorize it. "What do you do?" he asked. "I'm a waitress," she replied. "Or maybe not after tonight." The man frowned. "Why?" "I'm late," she said simply. He nodded slowly. Then, before closing the door, he said something strange. "I won't forget this." Maya watched him disappear into the rain. She arrived at work soaked, breathless. The manager didn't even let her explain. Office now. As Maya walked toward the back, heart pounding, she had no idea that the old man she helped that night wasn't done with her yet. She also didn't know that one simple action the next morning would decide whether she walked out unemployed or changed forever. Maya sat alone in the office chair, her hands folded in her lap, still damp from the rain the night before. The manager, Rick, didn't offer her a seat at first. He stood by the desk, arms crossed, jaw tight, already decided. "You were late again," he said flatly. "I warned you." Maya nodded. "I know." "No excuses this time," Rick continued. "We're not running a charity here." The word charity stung more than the rain ever did. Maya opened her mouth to speak, then closed it again. She had learned something over the years. Explaining never helped. Rick slid a paper across the desk. "Sign this." Her eyes dropped to the page. Termination notice. Before her pen touched the paper, the door to the diner opened. The bell rang. Not the casual chime of a customer, but the kind of pause that made the entire room go quiet. Rick frowned. "We're not open yet." A calm, unfamiliar voice answered from the front. "That won't be necessary." Footsteps followed, slow, confident. Rick turned, annoyed, then stopped. Maya felt it before she saw him. The same man from the rain, but not the same way. His hair was neatly combed now. His dark suit was perfectly pressed. The worn briefcase was gone, replaced by a sleek leather one that looked brand new. His posture was straight, his face composed, eyes sharp. The rain had hidden something. Power. Rick forced a smile. "Sir, can I help you?" The man looked around the diner, then at Maya. "Yes," he said. "You already did yesterday." Rick laughed nervously. "I'm sorry?" The man stepped forward and placed a folder on the counter. "I'm Charles Whitman," he said calmly. "I represent the group that owns this location." Rick's smile vanished. Maya's heart stopped. Rick blinked. "Oh, owns?" Charles opened the folder and slid out a document. "We've been reviewing employee complaints," he continued. "Late pay, unpaid overtime, unlawful terminations. Rick swallowed hard. There must be some mistake. Charles finally looked at him fully. There isn't. He turned back to Maya. You picked me up last night in the rain, he said. You had every reason not to. You were late. You were tired. You had nothing to gain. Maya couldn't speak. Charles faced Rick again. This young woman is not being fired, he said quietly. She's being promoted to shift supervisor. Rick stared. You can't. I can, Charles interrupted. And I just did. Silence filled the room. The other staff stood frozen, watching. Charles leaned closer to Rick. And you, he added, voice steady, are finished here. Rick's keys hit the counter with a soft clink. No shouting, no applause, just silence. Charles turned back to Maya. Kindness is rare, he said, especially when no one is watching. He extended his hand. Thank you for stopping. Maya shook it, tears finally falling. As Charles walked toward the door, he paused once more. Oh, he said without turning back. I didn't save your job. He smiled slightly. You saved it yourself, last night in the rain. The door closed. The bell rang. And for the first time, Maya stood behind the counter knowing something had truly changed.